New Culture Media Group proudly presents Masters of the Universe, broadcasting live and direct from the Noisy House 3.0 in Bad and Bougie Rancho Cucamonga, California. Special shout out to the man sitting in a gorilla position making sure our mics are loud and our production is tight. It's the phenomenal Cash Only.
Hey, what up, everybody?
What up, Motu crew? It's Mr. Monday Nights himself. It's me, it's 3D Beats. And I'm joined as usual by the leader of the Straight Edge Society, Josh from New Culture Media Group.
What's good? I hope you enjoy the episode today because we just made a list.
Can we still say that? Oh, it's kind of nasty now. It's disgusting.
Damn. Times change, man. Times change.
And finally, this man's a savage, but no, he's not Randy. It's Cold Face Ty.
Or as tonight I'll be referred to as Shorty T.
Okay.
I like it. So yeah, man, tonight we are doing a list. The top 10 most underrated superstars of all time.
Underrated.
Underrated is a very loaded word. It means a lot of things to a lot of different people.
Yup.
We tallied the votes. We got the computers putin', as Cameron would say. And we came up with our definitive top 10 underrated list.
Is the math correct?
The math's correct. I'm pretty sure. Fairly positive.
Yeah, we did our best here.
Yeah.
But like he said, we did our best.
Yeah.
Like,
Here 3, here's it all. Last time I noticed my math errors in between the middle of the episode. But yeah. So we're going to get into our top 10 underrated wrestlers of all time list.
Let's do it.
I'm
excited.
We had a 3-way tie at number 10.
yeah.
So
Or are we going to define what underrated means to us?
Yeah, let's break it down real quick. What does underrated mean to you, sir?
To Shorty T, underrated means somebody. Well, for what I did for this list is to do the top 10, I avoided people. For the most part, I avoided people that everybody regards as underrated.
Because if everybody says you're underrated, are you really underrated?
Are you? Like, yeah, you're underrated to an extent, but at the same time,
everybody recognizes
that you should have gotten more. So that's what I try to avoid on mine. And there's even some people that accomplished a lot. You may see some Hall of Famers that made my top 10, but I still feel like in some way they're underrated. So it's a mixture of different things. So that's what underrated means to me. In this, as far as this list, I try to regard people, for the most part, that don't get enough credit.
Josh, what does underrated mean to you?
I mean, I kind of based it off those lines too, but also I based it off of fruit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
What fruit did you bear
Rico?
as a superstar? You know what I'm saying? What came off of your vine? You know, that we didn't see coming down the line. You know, you feel me? You feel me? So I'm like, what did this superstar give us? We might not have seen it in the moment, but without him, would there be a this? Would there be a them? Would there be, would there be these gifts?
Would there be WWE in general without him?
I don't even know, bro.
Cash,
So
what does underrated mean to you?
Ass.
And just people who don't get the credit that they really deserve, you know? Just people out there that be working hard every day, making quality product. Yeah.
See, for me, underrated means one, yeah, I don't hear the streets singing their praises enough. And then also too, cultural impact meant a lot to me, like what came after them, what they started meant a lot to me.
So the fruit.
Yeah, the fruit.
fruit off
So
the
yeah,
vine.
let's get into it. I guess we're gonna have 3A, 3B, and 3C, or 10A, 10B, and 10C.
Yeah. And this is a surprise to most of us
So
as
we
well,
basically we got
3D's the only
number
one that
10s.
did the totals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
in the
3 number
math. So
10s.
this is all
For some
gonna be a
reason,
surprise to us.
they trust me to do the math around here.
Well, I'm trash at math.
Okay,
I don't know what Cash's math
I'm
is, but if
terrible.
it's anything like his spelling,
We're in trouble.
so at 10C, X-Pac, 1, 2, 3 Kid,
10C.
6.
I thought he'd be higher.
Again, a
feel
lot of people. This one,
Oh, 'cause
we
it's
weren't
so
we weren't
many.
on a consensus with a lot of stuff. So yeah, so
The X-Pac.
that was Coldface,
Yeah, come on. X-Pac is my number one favorite wrestler of all time.
even though he didn't make your top 10 favorite. Wrestler.
Not put him in my top 10.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like he does get that.
He was
love,
my
though.
first favorite wrestler. I mean, he is a Hall of Famer, but he still, I feel like,
I think it's just now that people are realizing, because there used to be the thing, oh, that's X-Pac heat.
That's where I was about
people
to- yeah.
say that, oh, they're getting no reaction.
yeah.
And people used to say that X-Pac didn't get a reaction, which is,
Well, I thought X-Pac heat was like booze, but they wanted you to go away type booze.
yeah, no, it was just like, it wasn't even booze, it was indifference. People were saying like he didn't get a reaction at all. Towards the end of his run, I think.
That's what people see. I never knew what X-Pac
Shout
was.
out to his moveset though. Who hit the Bronco Buster like that?
Nobody, man.
Who hit the X Factor, bro? People
Come
still
on. People
come
still
on.
look at this. Look at this tag. That's
Some
about
of
to
the
be in.
dopest outfits too. Great spinning heel kick,
X-Pac. Let me tell you what X-Pac did.
and he rocked the bandana hard. You know what I'm saying?
X-Pac, yeah, I mean, it's something about Pacs that wore bandana is pretty legendary. But X-Pac,
A.W. Pac could never.
yeah, exactly. I don't see him rocking bandanas. So X-Pac, he was before his time, super before his time.
He
as
was-
far as
Especially in the E.
yeah, man, he was. Not only is he was before his time with small guys, but and this was 30 years before, right? So if you look at the guys now that you look at small, he was smaller than all of them as 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah.
He was a kid, literally. He looked like a kid.
Yeah.
So X-Pac is just, from 1, 2, 3 kid to 6. Back to
The 6 run is underrated,
Underrated, man.
Because that was, again, when WCW had the Cruiserweight division. He had the ladder match with Eddie Guerrero. That was just incredible. Like, yeah, that was
One
the
of my
first time he...
favorite
X-Pac had a
ever.
match with Ed Guerrero.
We
Yeah,
gonna have to
in
run that.
WCW.
We gonna have to watch
Yeah.
that. We gonna have
And
to
in
watch that.
WWE.
Yeah, but again, because to his first run in WWF, when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid, he was the only small guy.
Yeah.
And then he went to WCW, and they had a Cruiserweight division,
And he got
and
to shine.
he really got to get his shit off.
Yeah.
Again, one of my favorite wrestling memories of all time was getting to stay up late to watch Monday Night Raw one night, and just the kid at the time beating Razor Ramon, which was, again, the kid was treated as a jobber and stuff, and so it was so shocking.
96.
Not 93.
93.
Oh, really? He had more beef
Yeah.
with Ramon after that, too?
Yeah, 96 they were that was the last beef they had.
I
Yeah.
was watching 96, that's why.
'Cause that's when 1, 2, 3 kid turned on Razor and became a heel for the first time.
Yeah.
What belts did X-Pac ever have a run at? Tag
he had,
for sure.
He had tag, Intercontinental,
European.
Cruiserweight, WCW Cruiserweight, light heavyweight,
He hit that hardcore.
hardcore.
He decorated.
He's decorated.
He decorated. He
You
just
know?
didn't get the big one,
Yeah, that's the one I
and that
wish.
contributes to him being underrated.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
he
wish
didn't
he
get
would have
that
got
push,
the
bro.
big one out of him. Oh, if you go to TNA, he had championships at TNA, the X Division Championship.
Oh shit.
Made just for him, named after him, I believe. Yeah, X-Pac was just a guy. The X-Pac run in general, even after he was DX X-Pac, when he went to X Factor X-Pac, which is an underrated faction of mine, when he was NWO X-Pac in WWE, and even in WCW, he was in NWO before it got too oversaturated.
Like, I don't think his jump from WCW back to WWF gets enough credit, because that was one of the swinging factors. That's when WWF started pulling ahead again.
Yep.
Like, that was one of the signs that was like,
X-Pac.
oh, Pac jumped back over here. And
Do y'all
He was
think,
the first person to jump back, right?
Do y'all think he would have
Yeah.
been bigger if he didn't get with DX? Like if that wasn't
No, because
No.
that's X-Pac. That's the peak
Mm-hmm.
of his career. So I don't.
You don't think it could have went somewhere else before him?
Nah, because
Nah.
No, because he would have got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, DX was DX.
Yeah.
You need DX. Triple H needed DX, so it's not like saying X-Pac only need Triple H. Where would he be without DX? You know, it's the only person.
Where would I be without you?
You talking about underrated? Fuck. Yeah, the only person that was a main eventer before DX was Shawn Michaels. You know, DX put
Brandon Young talent up. You love to see it.
Shawn Michaels love to see it. DX made Triple H, X-Pac, New Age Outlaws, China. DX made everybody. So shout out to X-Pac, my guy, my first favorite wrestler, the person that got me into wrestling. I'm glad he narrowly made this list so we could show some love to the great X-Pac.
At 10.
Make some noise.
At 10B. D'Lo Brown.
What?
10B.
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 Dan, I don't know. Hell,
what
I
are
have
we
no
doing?
idea how the fuck this list is about to go.
What are we doing?
We all did different people.
Yo, D'Lo was in my top 5 underrated, I believe.
He was in your top 3.
Wait, what?
That's how he
That's
made.
how crazy this is.
Strong. Look, man, D'Lo Brown, bro. Come on. European and Intercontinental champ at the
Same damn time.
Who had a sicker walkout than D'Lo Brown? Who could move their head like that? The man was a freak of nature. Let's keep it real. Can't move your head like that. Like who you could hurt yourself. But he did it no problem. He did it no problem. His moveset was dope. The man was all action. I appreciated him forever, man. Like I never he just wasn't. He never got like, you know, the big time push.
Part of the nation. Part of the nation.
Part of the nation.
Part of a great stable.
Come on, man.
And then again,
dope ass theme song. I'm sorry. Hold on. That theme song. that shit slap.
What kind of bars were on that?
Man.
D'Lo Brown.
Nah.
No, it wasn't
Bring it
that.
on.
Bring it on.
I think
What you
D'Lo,
want to do now? That.
D'Lo benefited the most from The Rock being in the nation and then the nation getting swaggy. Because then D'Lo was allowed to get swaggy too.
Yeah, because he was the swaggy.
Yeah.
Damn, The Rock did make Nation swaggy, huh?
Yeah. Because before they were super serious and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was all militant. The Rock brought the swag to.
If you ever do something in your day and you fuck shit up, you do a great job at your job, or you just whatever it is that you do and you fuck shit up, you walk away like D'Lo Brown walks into the ring. Look at the strap.
I mean, still to this day, you know, the memes walking into Friday and it's D'Lo
Brown. Come on, man.
Brown.
That thing he would do at the turnbuckle
Yeah.
with his arms, he was like, I don't know what you call that.
You know how the walk came about, the head turning?
How?
Oh, you don't know the story?
No, I don't know the story.
So-
Apparently there was some other stuff I didn't know about D'Lo. We can talk about that too, but go ahead.
Well, Vince, wait, how did it start?
Okay, that basically Rock and D'Lo were joking around about Friday.
Backstage, yeah.
Yeah, and you got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? And they were just joking around about that, and D'Lo started shaking his head around like that, and Vince saw it.
What?
And Vince was like, "Oh, what's that? I love that." He
What?
was like, "It's from a movie called Friday." He was like, "Well, do that from now on."
Oh,
My Vince impression's kind of
man.
good. I like my Vince impression.
Goddamn, pal, that's good.
Goddamn, that's good. Do that from now on. That's how you walk to the ring now.
Yo, Vince
So they
is a
got that from
genius.
Friday.
Don't tell me Vince ain't no genius.
R.I.P. to John Witherspoon.
R.I.P. Pops. Don't tell me Vince ain't no genius. So wait, hold on though. I just discovered some stuff.
What?
Yeah, because
I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know Draws got paralyzed, and I didn't know. Let alone did I know D'Lo Brown was the man to do it.
yeah, it was
And you said he wasn't the same after that.
yeah. After that, man, he battled with a lot of self doubt because he was still
understand.
around for a couple more years.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like that was
So
pretty
it changed
much
him.
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And he's
I
talked
get it.
about it now that like it took him a long time because again, it was just a freak accident, man. It wasn't anything that was D'Lo's fault.
Man,
It could have
Yeah,
happened with anybody, but yeah, man, it's sad because like I feel like D'Lo probably still had some more left in the tank, and that's kind of.
Yeah.
But man, we need to go up to Vegas and chill with D'Lo and Godfather at their strip club.
Yeah.
What?
Godfather has a strip. I think it's Cheetahs, and D'Lo works there.
What?
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I've been trying to get this Vegas trip popping.
We
for
gotta
a while.
pull
Yeah, I
up
was
then.
trying to get this
Yeah.
Vegas.
We gotta
And
pull up.
subscribe to our Patreon for Motu Vegas trip.
Yeah. Can we set up a GoFundMe for this? We got to pull up.
All right.
I want to meet D-Lo.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
And 10A.
10A, official number 10 slot.
No, it's not official number
Well,
10.
all right,
They're
they're
all
tied.
tied.
They're tied.
Yeah,
They're tied.
it's all tied.
They're
Don't
tied.
you try to
I
just...
I just
Don't do that to
hold up.
X-Pac and
Yeah,
D-Lo.
you're right.
I went based
You're right.
off of
You're right.
who turned their list in
Yeah, who
first.
turned the list in first.
All
Don't
right,
do
all
that
right,
to
all
X-Pac
right.
and
And
D-Lo.
so that way all mine would
Yeah.
get that extra edge.
Then we shouldn't have numbered it A, B, and C because
That's
that sounds like a ranking right there.
That was me. That was all me.
Well, they're all 10 tied. They're all tied at
Yeah.
10.
They're all tied.
And number 10,
Respect.
Nikki Bella.
Okay.
Okay.
And again, I am going off of cultural impact.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Bella started the women's revolution.
Come on.
Everybody,
on.
again, a lot of people get stuck in what somebody was at the beginning of their career.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella became an incredible in-ring performer by the end of her career. She was putting on classics by the end of her career. Her matches with Charlotte put Charlotte over. She got Carmella popping towards the end. Nikki Bella by the end of her run was
Ronda Rousey match from last year was
Yeah.
crazy.
and that was when Nikki Bella had been sitting on the
Yup.
shelf for a while.
After a broken neck.
Yeah,
After a
like-
broken freaking neck.
And then
Yeah.
turn mogul.
Yeah.
Turn mogul on us.
Now, again, a lot of people that like watching the women's wrestling now got introduced to it by Total Divas.
Boom.
And
Total Bellas. Boom.
yeah, and
And she
again,
put John Cena on.
Boom.
Fuck. That nigga's in movies now
Okay,
because
but
of Nikki.
why not Brie Bella?
I think Brie is underrated too, but not to the extent that Nikki is.
She gets a little bit
Nikki
more
did
love.
more. Nikki did more.
And Brie gets somehow. I feel like she gets more
Brie
credit.
Brie
than
gets
Nikki.
more love because of
Daniel
Daniel Bryan.
Ooh.
Wow.
No,
It
I can
looks
see that, though. No,
if
I
you're
can see that.
If you're taking the more technical, they look at Daniel as like more the technical wrestler. So they automatically look at that like, oh, bam, you're taking that penis. So that's the one you look at is no. Is that how it's looked
Yeah,
at,
especially
right?
too, and then Brie, when Daniel Bryan got
Oh, I
injured,
see what
Brie
you're
started
saying.
Yeah, you see
doing
what I'm saying?
his whole
I see what you're
moveset.
Yeah. So
Um,
Brie is like, she
Yeah,
didn't get
people
the,
just naturally,
yeah.
and then Nikki's had the cosmetic surgery and stuff, and so again, some people look at that as lesser than.
Damn,
To where
they need
it's-
stop hating.
Yeah, stop hating.
I'm glad she's on our list because, like I was saying, mogul. You got the TV shows, 2 TV shows that and then you got what Birdie B, the
Birdie
clothing
B,
line.
yeah.
I be seeing girls wearing
It's
it.
called Birdie B.
Yeah,
How does
You
that look?
see
We
it in
gotta
the
look that up
streets?
later.
I've seen it. I've seen it in the streets.
Oh,
No,
wow,
I
I
see it
haven't-
frequent.
I haven't seen it in the streets.
And then you got what else? They
They
started
got
a wine company.
Yeah,
Come on, bro. We out here moguling.
and I just look at it too, like the whole women's evolution revolution started because of a match that the Bellas were in. Mm-hmm. And again, the Bellas went from an era where there was 2-3 minute matches and they weren't really doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki transformed and evolved and became a great in-ring
Let's
performer.
talk iconic ring entrance.
Yes,
The spin.
the spin.
spin.
can look, but you can't touch.
Nikki has one of the best spears of all time.
Oh yeah.
Probably the most underrated spear. So yeah.
Always well dressed too with the J. I appreciate anybody that wears sneakers to the ring.
And
So.
let's not forget her starring in Trey Songz Nah Nah video.
I forgot about that.
Nah Nah. Look what you done started.
Done some great things, Nikki. Shout out to you. I'm glad you made our
Done
list.
a lot, man. Shout out to Nikki Bella.
All right. At number 9.
Okay, this is an official slot right here. No ties,
Well,
right?
technically there's a tie, but yeah.
Wait, what?
Now we got to do a 9B and
Yeah, we gotta do 2 ties in.
you can't
I mean,
disrespect.
No, they made 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, it was just 10. There was
but
3
what? But what made it different? If
who turned their list in first?
nah, it got to be tied, right? If they all rank. Yeah, he's doing funny shit with the numbers. Nah, we
Wait,
got
technically, you
'cause I
turn
want-
your list in first.
Exactly.
No. Hold on, no. That's not. I'm not the best at math, but that's not how math works. If they're how come?
I only did usually last time there wasn't a tie at 10. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being completely biased.
Yeah, but if they're tied, that means they're on equal level in our book, right?
Okay, 7 to 9 are tied. I'm trying to make it to where the list comes out looking right, but whatever.
Whatever.
All right, then let's take a vote after. Who's the 3 that's tied or the two that's tied?
Number 9,
Who you got?
Umaga.
Okay.
Damn.
See, I can't be mad at it though.
Nah, because we got to put him higher then.
I can't be mad at it though. I can't be mad at it.
Umaga.
Yeah, who Umaga'd?
I Umaga'd.
Oh, you Umaga'd. Then
I
you started
Umaga'd
it.
because
He wasn't on my list.
Umaga.
But I thought about him.
Even before he was Umaga, the 3-minute warning shit when he was Jamal.
I didn't factor 3-minute warning.
I didn't either. I literally just thought of it just now as you told me to Umaga. So that shit was dope. But when he became Umaga, he came in, debuted it by destroying Ric Flair, fucked him up, and he just went on a tear, man. He didn't go. He was undefeated for almost a year. He finally lost to John Cena for the world title, a world title match for the Royal Rumble. So they protected him huge. He was destroying everybody, destroyed Shawn Michaels, everybody, blah, blah, blah. Fucked everybody over. And, he's involved in one of the biggest box office matches of all time. To that date, it was the biggest.
Yeah.
When that happened, that was the biggest box office match of all time.
What was it?
The Battle of the Billionaires, Bobby Lashley versus Umaga. That was the biggest, biggest Mania
Eddie
match
Mac
of all
versus
time.
Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Like
shout
the
out to-
fact that he was in that big of a match showed something.
Yeah. Same thing with Lashley. They both were the guys that.
And then Umaga had the whole run afterwards with Do-Rag Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was his muscle.
Yeah, Muscle getting in the Bobby Lashley feud. And he can wrestle, man. He was fast. He was a big man, but he was super fast and athletic. Underrated match for me at Mania was Umaga Batista at 24.
Just hard-hitting fun.
Hard-hitting match. You believed it. Lashley, he just the feud I wish he would have had was against the Undertaker. They never crossed paths in a feud, but I feel like that match would have been a classic.
What was his special with the thumb?
The Samoan Spike?
Samoan Spike. That shit looked like it hurt every
Classic
time.
move.
Every time.
And let's not forget that top 10 finisher of all time. Let's not forget that he comes from a legendary family. He's the younger brother of Rikishi. He's Rikishi's younger brother, cousins with The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Usos still do the
cousin. Usos uncle.
The butt bump in the corner.
When they do the bump in the corner, that's a homage to Umaga.
Word?
That was his signature move.
Really?
Yeah, so when they do that bump in the corner, that's Umaga's move.
Man.
So they, legendary family. So shout out to Umaga. R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. What did he die of?
It was like some heart thing because he was on drugs.
Yeah, it was basically.
That's why he got released because.
Yeah, he got released because he was just couldn't keep
playing.
Yeah, and then
they kept giving him chances and chances, and he just was like, "Nah, I'm cool off."
And and then I think that's kind of why his
R.I.P.
legacy doesn't get brought up as much is just because
how he died. The drugs.
And that was right after, that was 2 years after the Ben Wall shit.
Decorated?
What titles did
he
he
won the IC championship.
Yeah.
Oh, classic match that people don't talk about. But it was on the playlist of Greatest Intercontinental Championship matches during the 40-year anniversary. But it was lit. The crowd was lit. Jeff Hardy versus Umaga at the Great American Bash. Crowd was lit. Watch that match and you'll see a lit ass crowd.
So he just had an IC title run?
He had an IC title run and that's it.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Damn.
But he was dominating the whole time. But he was in world title matches. But he, like I said, the main event scene was so crowded during that time. It was just, it was tough to get in.
And they were still kind of doing the Hogan theme, but with Cena, where they build people up for Cena to knock him down.
Yeah, he was like the King Kong Bundy type shit, to where they're not gonna get the title, but they're gonna they're always gonna be legit for Hogan to knock you down. But Umaga was dope. Shout out to Umaga.
All right, number 8, Val Venis.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Who had Val Venis on their list?
I had Val Venis.
All right, then I'll let you start.
Val Venis.
Oh yeah, that was the one. So I guess technically maybe Val Venis should have been 7.
Val Venis.
Because point wise, point wise it was the same, but he was on two people's list.
Val Venis is the
So Val Venis is
unsung,
above, okay.
the unsung face of the Attitude Era.
Yes.
And it wasn't until I got older that I realized this man's character was a porn star.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till a few years ago.
I had no idea.
I'd have turned like 18
Came out in a
realize.
towel. He would point to the crowd, both sides, do the little hip swivel, take off the towel. Would he throw that in the crowd?
I think so.
I think he would throw that in the crowd
ladies would
to
catch
some
it.
adoring fans. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been
Adoring
lit.
fans.
Yeah, it would have been lit to catch the towel.
Would you have caught it?
Yeah, that's Val Venis. It's a legend. That's a legend. Would have got him to autograph it. Hey, autograph the towel, bro.
Oh, just like a little youngster.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. I would have been a kid, and I would have been like, "Oh, sick! I caught Val Venis' towel." You know, like I wouldn't have known. I'd be like, "Oh shit! I thought this is like an athletic towel." You know, like
Shout out the
He would have showered with it every day. He would have used it to shower with.
Had it over his shoulder like Samoa Joe.
yeah, but like it is what it is. Anyway, dude was dope. Even in Right to Censor, I was like, man, he really switched up on us. Like, and I was mad at him for a while.
I actually like the Right to Censor.
It was cool because I hated him.
Yeah,
like,
that means they did their job because I hated them, man.
Exactly. And shout out to his theme song. Hello, ladies. We all know who was coming out when we heard that. Saxophone, very porno-ish. Just all around underrated dude. Teamed up with my dude Godfather. That was like, come on, bro. Like that was a match made in raunchy heaven, ratchet heaven. You know what I mean? And like they were there together. European title run. Can't knock it. What more can I say? Val Venis? Salute to you, sir.
I will say that I underrated Val Venis.
Oh, you're finally admitting?
I mean, I've admitted off air before, but I'll admit it on air now. Yeah, I don't think I put enough respect on his name.
The big Valvoski?
Yeah.
Oh, the big.
You know one thing that sometimes
that.
it can be a generational thing. Like now there's just all these gifs going around of Val Venis sexually selling moves.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And it's like, man, he's a great seller. Like that shit is dope. Yeah.
And those are things I didn't catch as a kid.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He came up with Edge and Christian like on the indies.
A word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edge was actually
Canadian.
married to his sister.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Edge is married to Val Venis.
Edge
that
was
was his first wife.
Yeah, his first wife.
Look at
First
this.
of many.
Yeah.
Damn.
Matter of fact, didn't Edge cheat on her with Lita?
I think
Oh
so.
my God.
Yeah.
Edge he did
Ed-
because Edge was with
Well,
her.
you dropped the ball on that one.
Or was that
Vince.
his second? Or did he have a wife after that? I think that.
Oh,
That
was there
should've
another
been-
wife in there.
Yeah, I think it was another
Yeah.
wife. I don't think it was Val's wife that he cheated on
Yeah.
with Lita. It was his second wife.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
Edge-
gonna say that's a storyline
But I
written
think
all
Val,
over.
Val
Or it
was
might
already
be.
out the.
He was already out.
Or it might be. I don't know, but I just know Edge has a pattern.
Does anybody know what Val's up to now?
He's selling weed.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
has a big. He's
Yeah.
big in weed, and he didn't even do. He was like against weed back then.
Yeah, Right to Censor and all that.
Yeah, in real life.
Kayfabe in it, dog.
Yeah, but now he's like the biggest weed head and everything, and he sells it and shit like that. Once he got educated and fucked with it.
Hold up, what are we watching right here?
This is Survivor Series 2008.
Okay,
This is-
Ray, how you gonna give the mask to the kid who already had a mask on?
because he's like,
Yeah.
yo, he's gang. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
this
You bought-
Survivor
you
Series
pay-
2008,
yeah.
Team HBK versus Team JBL.
All right. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Val Venis, man.
Damn, everybody had masks. Cash, get
Yeah.
a mask, B.
Right?
Everybody had masks in the front row, B.
Where we at? All right. Number 7.
Number 7.
Beast from the East. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How do you get that high? Was he your number one?
He was my number 2.
Oh, I get it. I see.
And you had him on your list,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't have him on my
No,
list.
no.
Who else had him on his
He-
list?
Nobody.
Damn, so your number 2 was able to make it.
Yeah, everything was so spread out that
Wow.
everybody's number 1, 2, and 3 made the list.
Okay,
Yeah?
cool.
I haven't got one yet.
Because yours had other votes.
Oh, so yours got okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get there, man. So, yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow, man. Big dude that can move. Again, as a kid, like
We'll
he
get to
was
that later.
He was the very first big dude that can move.
Yeah.
WrestleMania main eventer. Doesn't get brought up enough. Had a great match with Lawrence Taylor. Like
LT.
his ECW run was crazy. His matches with Taz, he was one of the guys that legitimized ECW. flame tattoos on the head, man. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be a badass to do that.
I always
Dedication.
loved his color scheme: black, blue, red, and orange.
Yeah.
It was unique.
Crazy color scheme.
Yeah, it was the WrestleMania arcade game, man. He was my
man.
go-to guy.
He was dope. He'd do the backflips and shit on
Yeah.
there. He would do. Yeah, he was goat.
And it's
Shout
just
out to
like, and I think it was just, you know, it's kind of crazy because he bounced all around. Like, he was in WCW for a while. Again, main evented WrestleMania, but then never, like, he was out of the company, like, within, like, a year or so after that. Like, yeah, I think that was part of his underratedness. He never stayed anywhere long enough to where he could become the guy.
Damn.
Like, besides, like, I think I don't even think he had the ECW, like, their world title. I think he had their TV title or something. Like, but he made that belt to where that was the shit.
Gave it some prestige.
The ECW TV title was the shit, man. Between him and RVD, yeah. Dope theme song, very dope theme song. Yeah, man, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
Just, again, sometimes people they aren't in the right generations, man. So, like, you could tell he was special back then, but
he
like,
ahead of his time.
yeah, he was way ahead of his time.
If he was around today, it would be
Oh, man.
crazy.
Viking War Raider experience could never.
Yeah, they fucked him.
Number 6, CM Punk.
CM Punk, that's me.
Cash says he has a very good
Oh,
reason
man.
for CM Punk to make an underrated
Okay.
list when I feel like CM Punk is one of the most celebrated superstars
If
of
you
all
ask
time.
CM Punk, he's gonna say he feels underrated, straight up.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so that's one. Like, I'm going with the legitimacy of CM Punk's claim of being underrated in the E. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like CM Punk would say he's not underrated.
Now he wouldn't
Yeah,
because he's trying to get that bag. But
I
Totally
still feel
underrated.
like CM Punk is like, yo, y'all dick eat me all day. Y'all dick ride me all day. I don't think.
But his whole thing for leaving was that
Yeah.
he was never the WrestleMania
Yeah.
main event.
But that doesn't go of underrated. That goes
That
off
means
of,
no. That means
that's
he's
the company,
underrated.
but
Not
he
enough
not.
of a push.
He
Not
felt like the
enough of a
company.
push.
The company.
the company
didn't.
underrated him.
Yeah, but the fans. He knew the fans fucked with him.
Yeah. But for my most number reason of why,
Number reason.
most number reason of why, and I'm not even drunk. I didn't even drink tonight.
It's just cash, baby.
Raw.
Is that ass underrated?
Yo, you wasted a whole slot on
No,
this
it's not
dude.
wasted. Let him explain.
Why?
Let him explain.
Why was CM Punk not given that push? According to someone,
Triple H didn't like his ass.
it didn't like his ass right there. Number one reason, underrated, bro, because of an ass, bro. The cheeks wasn't. They were. What
They were too. His ass was too fat. Triple H said his ass was too fat.
And soft.
Too fat and soft.
soft, too soft. Damn, bro.
Soft.
Underrated. Like that's the whole
SAWFT.
reason why,
That's
bro.
not it wasn't just his ass that they
But
didn't
that was
like.
a catapult,
That's
though.
what it was, bro. Trip said it. It's out there in the ether.
They also didn't like the tattoos, and they didn't get the straight edge thing. Like they
Man.
didn't get him.
Bro, it was because that ass was soft.
But Triple H was low key straight edge.
What
too.
number
Yeah,
was
but
this?
This is number 6.
Number 6.
Triple H is low key straight edge.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't glory. Like he didn't still. He didn't
Yeah, so
get-
Triple H should have been gang with CM Punk. Triple H,
but
don't
he
drink.
didn't get it as a cool thing. Like Triple H still like. Even then, I forget Triple H doesn't drink.
Yeah.
And even though I know it, like he just seems like a guy you could go out and have a drink
right
with.
There, though.
That's why he's
Underrated.
That's why I got in the clique because they was like, we need a designated
Yeah.
driver. We're all drunk and on drugs. You need to drive.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated.
I don't even know what
I
to say,
co-sign
man.
that, man.
I don't.
I co-sign it because if his ass caused this much trouble,
But it
his-
wasn't just his ass.
His ass is the reason why he never got to get this Mania main event that he always wanted.
No, they were complaining about his ass when it was ECW CM Punk.
Wow.
Yeah, and that bled into his whole run. Triple H was hating on him his whole run.
Triple H was hating on him because he knew he was the next dude. Stop it.
But why would
Like-
Triple H be so salty? Triple H is already established. He's already a Hall of Famer at this point.
That doesn't matter to him. Protect your spot.
So is that where Randy Orton learned it from?
Yes.
He learned it from Triple H.
That ass, baby. That ass.
So that happened.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
What about his career?
Underrated.
What do you feel about his career?
Yeah, what about his multi-time WWE Championship career was underrated?
Well, it's like you.
What about his longest title run in the history since
It's
like
wild
the
that
80s?
like a dude with that much skill, that much talent, like not getting up there to main event.
No,
Like,
he was
it's-
up there to main
like,
event.
what
He
the
just
fuck?
didn't main event Mania.
This is what.
No, I'm saying like.
No, he
Mania,
main
like,
evented
why?
Mania. This is why. This is what's crazy about it. Because it depends how you look at main event of Mania. He looked at it like, yo, if
The
I didn't get
last
to go
match.
on the last match, then I never got to accomplish the main event of Mania. However, in many people's eyes, Mania is a place where it's so many main events. Like the first match, a lot of times.
I don't think a lot of people look at it that way, though. To be
But no,
honest.
I think a lot of people do.
I don't.
In these days,
No, I don't. I
think
there's
more in
still,
these days.
There's still something to being the last match on Mania.
There is, but if you look at it, when's the last time the last match at Mania was looked at as the most important or anticipated match?
It's always
Last year?
because
Last year. What was last
it's
year?
Charlotte, Ronda,
No.
Becky.
3D. Hold on. Before you say something, let 3D soak in this cap for a minute.
Okay, no,
Let
that
3D
was
soak in his
that
cap.
was
What was the most anticipated match at this
for
year's Mania?
us. Kofi DB.
No, not for us.
no. Becky was the hottest thing for
Cash,
a year.
cut his mic off.
Don't act like that wasn't the biggest, most important, especially storyline wise. What was presented on TV, that was the biggest match.
3D has said before that he knows the Kofi Daniel Bryan match was the most anticipated match.
Our most anticipated
No,
match.
not Art. What did the stadium say?
The stadium loved Kofi, yeah.
yeah, but
No, hold on.
still,
What did the stadium say? What did the people at home say? Who was the hottest person? Who was the hottest feud?
Yeah.
What was the hottest
Becky,
match
Ronda,
going?
Charlotte
no,
was
it
the
wasn't.
hottest feud.
That shit lost. Becky lost so much steam up until Mania.
No, she didn't.
Stop it.
Yo,
Seth and Becky.
they was kicking out the back of windows of car doors.
No, the storyline was still hard as fuck. But if you talk about, you look at it the level of Kofi and the level of that Kofi Daniel Bryan feud, the other two title match main events weren't even close to the level of steam that Kofi Daniel Bryan was. You said it yourself. How you switch up right here on the camera? How you switch up on the camera? This is cap.
It's not cap, B.
Everybody was there. Everybody here seen Mania. What did the stadium say at Mania? What did the stadium say?
it was both, man.
No, it wasn't. What did the stadium say at Mania?
Oh,
No.
And it wasn't
for
even just
us,
that
it
night.
was a moment though. It was a hell of a
No,
moment.
not for
bro. We
Oh,
everybody.
cried, bro.
Not even just that night. Not even just that night. You look at every single Mania in the history of Mania. How many matches can compare to that reaction of that match? You only could think of a couple
Again,
matches.
too, and I'm not always saying that the last spot is the most important match.
Yeah, but that was the
But
main
it
event.
is.
Kofi
But-
Daniel,
but-
they was only the main event. If this wasn't the year that they were so set on, they already had advertised it that the women were going to main event Mania regardless. They were already advertising it as
That didn't get announced until like a week or two.
I know
before.
it didn't get announced, but it was already for a whole year.
That's
were
what I'm
already
saying, though.
building it up
Is that
the women were going to main event.
Usually, the main event of Mania is the match they build up throughout the year.
So let me
Kofi caught fire.
No, usually the main event is the match
me-
that they build up. That they build. Well, it differs. It's never consistent. But the point is, the Kofi Daniel Bryan match was the hottest match. That was the true main event by far, and it wasn't even close.
Well, let me reel it back in. Then what was CM Punk's main event, quote match?
That's a good question. So
yeah, see what I'm saying?
Well,
So
CM
under
Punk
fucking rated
No,
right there.
no, but CM Punk wrestled the Undertaker at WrestleMania. When you wrestled the Undertaker at WrestleMania,
But what Undertaker was it? Was it
This
Undertaker
was still
Prime Undertaker?
The
Did
year,
This was
the
the
year
last
before
great-
This
yeah.
was the last year of the undefeated streak.
CM Punk took the last match before the streak was broken.
So the Undertaker match was still, and that
was his last great WrestleMania match.
That's what they tried to. That's how they tried to present it to CM Punk too. Like, look, you may not be the last match on, but you're wrestling the Undertaker
Yeah.
with the streak. That is a huge match.
Yeah.
Again, he was supposed to wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania 30, and again, that's
Well,
a
why don't
huge
you make that main event?
Because
because it was going to be Randy Orton versus Batista.
Batista made his comeback.
Like, that's a waste.
Randy
right
Orton was
there.
champion.
That's a waste right there, B.
It was. That wasn't
That's
supposed
a
to be the
waste.
main event because people wanted to see. People didn't want to see Batista versus Randy Orton 1-on-1.
They want to see Punk versus Taker.
No, that was the year
they
before.
wanted
They
to
wanted
see
to see Daniel
Bryan
Bryan.
that year.
Yeah, they want to see
But I'm
Daniel
talking
Bryan.
the year that Punk left.
Yeah.
One of the many, many reasons he left is because he wasn't.
Underrated. He was underrated. They didn't feel like he could take that spot.
No, it's just that time was just so crowded, man. It was a crowded ass time. But he had a WWE Championship match.
And even then, that defines underrated because it's like at that time, it's just like you're not even looking at Punk like that.
I'm with you. He had a WWE Championship match against Chris Jericho. And he felt like Chris Jericho, CM Punk, WWE Championship match. If it wasn't the year it was at, it would have been main event. However, it just happened to fall the same year as the once in a lifetime match between The Rock and John Cena. Nobody's about to go on last over The Rock and John Cena.
Next up.
The Rock's comeback match. That was The Rock's first match in 8 years. Nah.
Next up,
Number 5, Melina.
Not mad at it.
Melina.
Coldface's most underrated wrestler of all time.
My number one
Number
pick.
one?
My
Yeah.
number one pick, and I'll tell
I'm
you
not
why.
mad at it
Go
at
ahead.
all.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm very curious.
All right, Melina. We have the women's evolution right now, right? Melina, she's one of the people that she was one of the diamonds in her era to where women weren't given credit, but she still did enough to where she put on great matches and classic matches and showed her in-ring ability was at top tier level with the limited amount of shit she was given. Imagine if Melina got to get the opportunities that the women today were getting. Melina, between her wrestling skills and her character, she would be like looked at far more greater in the ranks.
Yeah,
by the
because she
people.
was wrestling against a bunch of the models that they just brought in to look good, and she was going out there and having good matches with people that nobody else could have good matches with.
Yep.
She was, again, always, your eyes were glued to the TV whenever she was on it,
Yep.
whether it was the entrance or her in-ring skills.
What's
She-
her key match? What was her marquee
One
match?
of the matches I love was at Extreme Rules One Night Stand against Beth Phoenix. It was a submission match. Great match right there. She had a
Melina versus Mickey James. I can't remember where it was at. but-
Melina versus Mickey James. Melina, she had a match. This was a big match. It wasn't like her best technical match because it was a tag team celebrity match, but it was a huge match. On the grand scale, mainstream wise, because Snoop Dogg was the guest, and it was Melina and Beth Phoenix versus Ashley and Maria. And this one, Snoop Dogg was involved in it, and Santino was involved, so it was a big match. But yeah, Melina, and it wasn't just her wrestling skills; her character was so great. I mean, she came in with Eminem, with John Morrison and Joey Mercury,
Right.
and you thought she was just a valet person that did the great split.
Yeah.
But then
She could talk, man.
she could talk, and
That's
she
another
had
thing.
character, and she, when she kind of spread it off and started wrestling on her own and kind of got out the, just the valet type character, you realize she was putting on great matches, and her character work was good. She has a top entrance of all time to me, one of the best entrances
Yeah.
ever. What split can come close, So I think her character work has been super great, super amazing. Her in-ring work was super amazing. Melina's just perfect. There's no flaws in her game. She just came up in a time to where the women weren't as respected, and she still shined through it. She was the top woman after Trish retired. They had her as the top woman, so she was the top person in her era.
And even Trish had more people to go in there with.
Yeah.
Again, this was literally, they were just hiring
Hiring
models
models.
off
Yeah.
the street and trying to teach them how to wrestle.
Yeah.
And throw them in there with Melina and they'll have a good match.
Yep. Yeah. So shout out to Melina. She's great, man. My one of my top dream matches that I want to see, and it could still happen because she can still wrestle. She can still go. I need to see Melina versus Sasha Banks. The entrances alone You put that on Mania, the entrances alone is gonna be.
Yeah, I would love to see that match. I would love to see Melina versus Naomi as well.
Yeah, because you talk about splits.
Yeah, and just athleticism.
Athleticism.
And,
Come on. The entrances on both those matches,
yeah.
the entrances alone are going to be classic. And then once they get in the ring, come on. Melina. Women's evolution right here. Nobody supports the women more than Shorty T.
Number 4. Brian Pillman.
Whoa, he's
Y'all
that
gonna have to
high?
break this.
Who
Yeah.
Brian Pillman?
Yeah.
Brian Pillman was number 1 to me.
Wow.
And
Okay.
there is,
I don't
there-
even remember what this dude looks like.
And there is
Wait, what?
Nah, I swear.
many reasons.
If I see him, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay, all of you high flyers got your shit from flying Brian Pillman back in WCW, who started putting cruiserweight matches on the map. Steve Williams, Ringmaster, you got your whole swag from Brian Pillman.
Ooh.
In the Hollywood Blondes, Brian Pillman was the dude in that team.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was looked at as the.
So this is with Steve Austin with hair. We're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, okay.
he was looked at as the star of that team, like the bigger one.
All you people that think John Moxley is so edgy, Brian Pillman did his thing way better back in the day because, again, he
was-
did the whole loose cannon thing,
Yeah, grudge.
and people weren't realizing, like, is this real? What's going on? Like, calling out bookers on TV.
Booker man.
I respect you, Booker man, because Kevin Sullivan was one of the dudes behind the scenes in real life in WCW, and they were having a feud. And on a pay-per-view, instead of doing the match, they were supposed to have a strap match, and like the ending was supposed to be Brian Pillman saying, "I respect you." Instead of going through the whole thing and them beating the shit out of each other, Brian Pillman just grabbed the mic right away and said, "I respect you, Booker man," and walked out the ring. Did this whole thing where even Eric, like, he was supposed to just go away for a couple months and go to ECW. To make it real, he had Eric Bischoff fire him for real from WCW and then got out of his contract there. Didn't wrestle a match in ECW because he got in an accident. Went to WWF. Jumped off the whole Attitude Era with the whole Pillman's got a gun thing.
Damn.
Again,
Pillman's got a gun thing. That's the where it was at his house.
yeah.
Okay. Now I know
Is
who you're
that the
talking about.
originator of the Attitude?
I say Brian Pillman and Goldust started the Attitude Era. Everybody likes to give credit to everybody else. Those were the first two edgy things to
Yeah,
really
they
happen.
talked about that on the Wars, the Monday
Yeah.
Night Wars thing. They talked
It gets a
about those.
little bit of respect, but it doesn't get enough respect.
Wow.
He doesn't get credit for kind of
Again, and two, part of it too was because by the time he got to WWF, he had all the injuries and stuff, and like he barely had any matches.
He never got to
'cause-
wrestle.
Yeah, like even the shit he was doing towards the end with Goldust, where he was bringing in real life relationships to where, because before Goldust's wife and him were together, Marlena was with Brian Pillman back in the day. They brought that into a storyline,
Wow.
and so you know.
Hey, shout out Brian Pillman.
Yeah, Brian Pillman
That's a
originated
good-
a
that's
lot of
good
stuff.
Explanation.
I don't even know if it's on the network. I had the DVD though, the Loose Cannon like DVD, because this was back before they did the whole cookie cutter documentaries. Like they went into some real shit, even on the WWE documentaries. And I don't think any of those ones are on the network. But I got the DVD, so maybe we'll have to sit down and watch it one day.
Dang, Motu
But-
movie night.
Yeah,
footage
Motu
is-
movie night. But yeah,
Heart Foundation member.
yeah,
He was part of the Heart Foundation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because he was on crutches the whole time. Like,
Damn.
yeah, just
Damn,
Guy-
I should put
again,
Brian Pillman on my list.
he is the definition of ahead of his time.
Yeah. Imagine, they did feud because Shawn Michaels feuded with the Heart Foundation and shit with DX,
But they never got to have a real match.
Imagine Shawn Michaels and Brian Pillman solely them two as the
Mm-hmm.
because it was Shawn versus Brett as the main feud. Imagine
Yeah.
Shawn and Pillman.
the match
like
they could have had
deep-
together,
Come
man.
on, man. And or even the feud, like even before you get to the classic match they're gonna put on because they're Sean and Brian Pillman. You get to,
that era, Sean.
yeah, because they were two of the originators of the high flying shit. They brought the new style in and they birthed that style. But just the feud before the match, the Attitude Era Sean against the Attitude Era Pillman, they'll be just who's about to be more wild. Who can be more wild right now? Who can be more edgy?
Somebody would have done coke in the middle of the ring.
They would have just sat at the table and just started doing coke with each other like, hey,
let's
what up?
see who can sniff a bigger line. That would have been what the feud was over.
Damn, so Brian Pillman now.
Brian Pillman, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian Pillman.
Number 3, Steve Blackman.
Boom.
Damn. He's that high?
Yep.
Break out the
Where did everybody
kendo
rank him?
sticks
Where did everybody rank
and
him?
trash can lids.
Where did everybody rank Steve Blackman? Where'd you rank him?
Dude, he was high on
I had him
mine.
pretty high.
I think it
I
was
had him
top 3.
5.
Yeah, somebody had him top 5, somebody had top 3. So
Cash
that was
and
enough
Josh.
I had
to,
him
yeah.
top 5.
Shout out to
So-
Steve Blackman.
The personification.
You tell me why Steve Blackman was underrated.
He's Steve
the
Blackman.
personification of hardcore. All right. Sickest flat top I ever seen in my life. All right.
Speak on it. Kendo stick game.
King of the
unlocked.
kendo.
Bro, that theme song.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Scare
bro.
struck fear into the hearts of men. You knew you was about to get hardcore when Steve
Real
Blackman
martial
came on the
artist,
scene.
bro.
Yes, he was a real. Hey, JBL right there. What's the story JBL says? JBL and Steve Blackman got to fight at the airport. And then so they they got into a fight at the airport because JBL was fucking with him, trying to bully him like he does to people. And then they got after the fight they got sent to the office and they were in there with Bruce Pritchard and Vince. And then JBL told him, he said, "Shit, I got hit 8 times before I realized I was in a fight."
JBL recognized real because he had to get punched in the face to recognize real by Steve Blackman. Anyway, iconic moments, matches with Shane.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Tell me he ain't one of the greatest hardcore champions of all time.
He's not one of the greatest hardcore
Then
champions.
You
whoa,
a lie.
you cap.
You a lie.
Who is then if he's not?
Anybody
Nobody.
but-
Anyway, Steve Blackman just don't get enough
One of the
credit,
greatest
man.
debuts. People don't talk about his debut enough.
Silent
he
killer,
debuted
bro.
with Vader. Because we
Vader?
gotta watch that, man.
Well, we
we
gotta
gotta
run
watch
this.
it. He debuted as like a fucking, like he didn't come in as a wrestler or whatever. He came in as like just a motherfucker off the street.
A martial artist, bro.
We'll
Yep.
play it for you. We'll play it. It was dope. It was
Yeah,
dope.
Steve Blackman.
Steve
Blackman, man.
motherfucking Blackman.
He got classics to it. I don't know why 3D hates
This,
him so much.
this is what Cash
He got a
felt
great
like
character.
when Randy Orton was our favorite. No, you're gonna see what.
Wasn't
He got a
above
great
going on
character.
Sunday Night Heat.
He got
Yeah.
he got a great character. He got classic matches to his name. Excuse me. He got
He had a great character.
Yeah.
stop it.
Being boring as fuck.
He wasn't boring.
God.
That was his
Not
character.
boring,
He was
bro.
a
You gotta
silent
look at the
assassin. B.
skills.
He was a silent assassin.
That's exactly what he
Bro, he
was.
was a fucking ninja.
He was a
bro.
ninja.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, you wildin'.
The
You
lion.
wildin' 3D.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
that shit was on just
Ken Shamrock match.
Fucking Black
Lions
Ken
Den.
Shamrock, bro.
When they
That
went to
shit
the
was
Lions
fire,
Den.
bro.
Come on, B.
Bro,
Come
him
on,
him
B.
against Ken Shamrock, bro. That was some real shit going down.
Yeah, they really fought.
Before
That was a real fight.
UFCs and all that bullshit.
Well,
I don't know.
Ken Shamrock came from the UFC before WWE.
Yeah, I don't know about
But who
that.
put it on? Steve Black. Dude, come on. He established the kendo stick as a hardcore weapon.
Oh, that
from
is true.
eons
That is
ago.
true.
Without
Without Steve Blackman,
we would have that Sasha Banks match.
exactly.
Becky.
How many matches were put together?
They might have
with kendo sticks.
They might have gifted it to him in
No,
the Federation, but
How many matches
they was doing
were-
that? They brought that up in ECW.
but nobody watched ECW.
Whatever. They know what
Nobody
to
watched
Talk
ECW.
about ECW
Steve-
at the
Steve
time,
Blackman,
bro.
though.
Steve
Blackman
Blackman
was
put
Blackman.
that shit
they're
on.
like
bro.
you ain't shit. You need something. Here you
Nah,
go.
nah.
Yes.
Ah,
Damn.
dang.
You know who else used the kendo stick? Overrated ass Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, but Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tommy Dreamer used it because he was like bootleg Steve Blackman.
No, Steve Blackman was
Don't you
bootleg
dare.
Tommy Dreamer.
Don't you dare.
What?
Stop it.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
No way.
Number 2,
Number 2.
Shelton Benjamin. Shelly
I
B.
know who number one is.
Fuck, man.
I know who number one is. All right, so shout out to Shelton Benjamin. We're
Shel-
gonna give you your flowers while you deserve them.
Shelton-
Who's
You
number
know.
one?
Shelton Benjamin
Shelton.
is a wrestling machine.
Yes.
The most athletic man in the game.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
And again, too, it looked like he was going to get a main event run back in the day. Like, he was beating Triple H. He was
Y'all
Beat
showed-
Triple H. He beat Triple H 3 times clean on Raw.
Y'all show me that TLC.
Three
Was it a
times.
Makes me
TLC
mad.
match?
This makes me mad.
Was it a
I don't know if
TLC
I
when he
can-
ran up the ladder? What
Oh
was
no,
it?
that's a Money
That
in
was
the Bank
Money in the
match.
Bank.
Money
The
in the
first
Bank.
ever.
He was one of the. He was.
The guy in that
Money
it
in
was
the
the
Bank
first ever Money in
matches,
the Bank
yeah.
match, and he was the
He
guy.
always had the big spots.
And look, this was the first ever Money in the Bank match, right? It was Shelton in there against all these other established like future Hall of Famers: Chris Jericho, Edge, Christian, Kane.
Other people.
No, Kofi wasn't in WWE yet,
No.
but it was and
Other people.
no,
other
he
people.
wasn't in WWE. Yet.
Anyways,
Chris Benoit, right? So all those people, right? Those are all like a big crop of names, like
they
heavyweight
were
champions
all.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin in that match against all those people, Shelton Benjamin was the most cheered and most rooted for. Everybody was rooting for Shelton to win. Everybody thought this was Shelton's time.
Yeah, and
The night after, he had a classic match against Shawn Michaels in the Gold Rush tournament that led to the greatest sweet chin music of all time.
And I always hated the fact like, oh, Shelton Benjamin couldn't talk. Nah, he had his own style, man. Like, he wasn't the greatest promo of all time, but he wasn't as bad as people try to. You know, he didn't need some chick playing his mom to be his mouthpiece. Yeah. Just and then too, I got so excited when it was first announced that he was coming back. When Raw and SmackDown
Me too.
split again, and then he had some injury and had to push it back a year coming back, because I feel like they were going to do something with him that first time, like they were running vignettes. It was supposed to be a big deal that Shelton Benjamin was coming back, and then by the time he actually got back, man, now he's just like every once in a while he pops up, and you know, it's just like, oh yeah, here's Shelly B again, and the dude can still go. Like, I feel like he's a better promo now than he was back then, which was supposedly was his only drawback back then. So, yeah, man, it's just sad that Shelly never got that main event run.
He should have got it when he was the gold standard.
The gold standard shit
That
was dope, man.
And he was putting on some good promos back then. I remember he roasted Yoshitatsu in a promo in ECW. He was putting on classic matches against Christian. He put on a classic match against The Undertaker on SmackDown that I remember. Shelton was always delivering, man. Shelton should have been the world champion. But he was one of the people that I didn't put him on my top 10 underrated, because he's somebody that everybody acknowledges.
Everybody says that he's underrated, but to me it's just
but they
like
need to
he's
rap
so,
harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to give him, y'all seen
Give
what happened with
give
Kofi?
him that Kofi push,
Yeah,
man.
give him that Kofi push. Rap harder for him, then. Rap harder. Make WWE forced to have to make him champion. Force him.
And number one.
Who's number one? Hey!
And again, I will say that I will admit that he is my most underrated wrestler, as long as Cash will openly and honestly admit that Randy Orton is his favorite wrestler.
Oh, as his interest, we're watching the match, and as his interest comes on, there we go.
Our number one most underrated wrestler of all time.
Gang.
Dun, 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 dun.
We got copyrighted on his ass.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gang. Grill. Number one. You want to talk about fruit? You want to talk about fruit on the vine?
How much fruit, though?
He bore the most fruit. You want to talk? Excuse me. The disrespect of this man's nodding head next to me.
Your mic.
Yeah. Get on the mic, sir.
on the
Speak
mic.
Speak
I want
greatness
3D to
upon
speak-
thee.
I want 3D to speak about.
Yeah. Look,
Speak about
all the greatness upon Gangrel's name. Gang. The great one. You want to talk about big men that can move?
Vampire.
Gang. You want to talk about fruit?
Start with
gang,
the theme song.
gang.
Start
You want
with
to talk
theme-
about theme songs? Gang, gang. You want to
That
talk
shit.
about gimmicks? Gang, 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 gangrel, fang gang, sunglasses inside, all that. Shout out to Luna.
Hootie birth.
Talk about it, Ty. Talk
All
about
right.
it.
Birthed. Shout out to Shelton Benjamin with Pyro. Look at that's our number 2 right there. Okay, let's talk about how we birthed. He birthed Edge.
Edge, the rated R superstar himself.
Edge.
Multi-time world champion.
A great.
WWE Hall of Famer.
A great.
WrestleMania main eventer.
Let him know, though. Thank you, Gangrel.
Without Gangrel, who, you know.
Yeah.
Christian.
Chris.
A great.
4-time world champion.
4 times.
Possibly underrated.
Future
4
Hall of Famer.
times,
Somebody
Cody.
else that could have made this underrated list. Edge and Christian tag team.
Thank you, Gangrel. Thank you, Gangrel.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff motherfucking Hardy.
Thank you,
Multi-time
Gangrel.
world champion.
A great.
Multi-time.
Future Hall of Famer.
Still doing it.
Matt Hardy.
Thank you, Gangrel.
Matt Hardy.
World champion.
Thank
Future
you,
Hall of
Gangrel.
Famer.
No, if you thank Michael PSAs for them, anyways.
Oh, if you want to get on the mic, you can get on the mic. You can talk.
I mean,
The Hardy Boys.
thank you,
Hardy
Gangrel.
boys.
Thank you, Gangrel. How is that stupid?
Listen individually, then together to try to make it like it's something like.
Isn't that
You gonna
something?
act like they didn't
Come
break
on.
off and do
But
their
you're-
own thing?
Yeah, you're not talking about. You're gonna act like Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Edge, and Christian. All 4 haven't had their own separate careers besides the tag teams they were involved in.
Thank
so
you,
they can make
Gangrel.
mentions separately.
Thank you, Gangrel.
Established motives, man.
And let's not forget, he's in one of the greatest stables of all time, the Ministry.
What?
He
And he-
played his role in the ministry.
And he played a role?
Without the Ministry, honestly, the Ministry didn't pop off till Gangrel got in. Honestly,
Talk about backing.
Gangrel revived the Undertaker's career.
Underrated support.
He spit blood in the crowd.
Where would
bro.
Undertaker be without
the
Gangrel?
ministry.
We don't
bro,
know.
Bros.
We
We
don't
don't know.
know.
Undertaker's career. Who knows where Undertaker's career would have
We don't
wandered
know.
off to without
That shit
Gangrel.
could have went left.
Shit could have went left. Shit could have went left.
You can laugh all you want, bro. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. But this is facts. This is facts.
Straight facts.
Gang,
What about,
gang.
wasn't he clicked up with Tess too?
Did he? I don't think so. I don't.
Were they him and Tess clicked up
I'm probably in the corporate ministry.
3D?
maybe?
3D, do you know?
with Prince Albert, all that shit?
Nah, I don't think so.
Trish Stratus did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know how you get Trish. This is the only place you get Trish Stratus and Gangrel mixed up.
shout out to Luna, though. Shout out to Luna, though. Shout out to Luna, though. Shout out to Luna.
Shout out to Luna. Oh yeah, Luna.
Come on, bro.
Dang, what a look for
We're
Gangrel.
talking about power couples.
Probably should have made an underrated list.
Oh my! Why didn't we put Luna? Luna was
Yeah, damn.
damn. Well, we got honorable mentions after.
He's
But
already still spawning shit in our list.
yeah, I ain't
Come on,
Gangrel.
bro.
We forget it. We forgot about underrated Luna from Gangrel. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Anybody
Gangrel.
watching this right now, tell me why Gangrel shouldn't be on this list.
For real, man.
Tell me
Why
why he
not?
shouldn't.
Number 1.
3D could, but he doesn't want to speak on it.
We need to add him when we post the list.
Why don't y'all get active on social media so people can at you?
Damn.
I'll add
We
I
want
follow him.
3D
Or I
want all
think I
the
did.
smoke for this one.
Gang, Gangrel.
Are you
Number
gonna
one.
defend the ranking?
Number
Right,
one
right now,
most.
get on the mic and defend the ranking.
Yeah,
like,
this is.
we want to hear you speak because
Yeah.
you're the one that we're like, yo, like you didn't appreciate Gangrel's greatness at first, so we want to hear how you transformed to start appreciating Gangrel's greatness. Hey, you need my mic?
So I guess we're wrapping this bad boy up.
Damn.
Putting ourselves over.
Oh, the hate!
This is how you're gonna do it. Okay.
Damn, you're not gonna say one positive thing about Gangrel. At least
fine, bro.
comment his
That's
besides
fine.
his theme song, but don't do the easy cop out and comment his theme song. What's not? What do you got?
If you don't
anything
give me
nice?
the easy cop out, then there's nothing to compliment. so yeah.
The blind hate of this man.
Blind.
What was the
No,
easy
no, I've
cop-out?
seen his matches. That's what makes me
What's
hate.
the easy cop out?
By saying
Theme
he's
song's a
theme song.
banger. But he didn't do that shit.
Oh,
Shout out to
don't-
Jim Johnston.
Entrance. Well, he walked his entrance.
But he needed to be Jim Johnson. Needed to be inspired.
Exactly. You can't make that without being inspired
Bro,
by the character.
come on, man.
Jim Johnson said himself, his creative process, he would get with the character, with the man, and he would talk about like what's your character, whatever. And he would
Game-changing
build a
editing
theme
shit
song
on
off
that.
his vibe. So he built that off his vibe.
Yep.
Jim Johnson didn't walk the entrance with Gangrel every night. Gangrel had to walk his entrance.
Those drums,
He had to
man.
spit the blood out.
The drums.
Vampires are trash.
Damn, why you hating on
Probably for the
vampires,
most
bro?
part, but you got Gangrel. That's the diamond of the vampires.
Diamond of the Vampire.
Greatest vampire of all time.
Easily.
Gangrel.
You know, she had no disrespect to Twilight. We fuck with Twilight too over here.
Nah, I
but-
don't.
Oh.
But you
I
fuck
thought
with
he
Gangrel then.
Twilight.
I thought he
No.
fucked with Twilight too.
Thought we were Twilight homies.
Anyway, shout out to Gangrel.
Shout out to
Number
Gangrel,
one.
Number one.
Number one most underrated.
All right,
Gangrel.
let's wrap this bad
Hold on,
boy
honorable
up.
what's our honorable mentions though?
We'll do honorable mentions in the after show. Stay tuned.
No, there's no after show.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is
Real quick, I'm gonna run through
them.
them. The people that didn't make the top 12 that got brought up: R-Truth, Jeff Jarrett, Too Cold Scorpio, Santino Morella, Sheamus, Xavier Woods, Lacey Evans,
Yes.
S.A. Rios,
S.A. Rio.
Mickey James,
Mickey
The Beautiful People,
Yes.
New Age Outlaws. Fuck you didn't say yes on any of my people.
The Beautiful
Vince, McMahon,
Vince McMahon. Oh shit.
Ron
put Vince on
Simmons,
there.
Goldust,
Ron
Al
Simmons.
Snow, Big E, Steen, Bobby Lashley, Doink the Clown, Hakushi, Kelly, Boogeyman, Zack Ryder. Thank you all for playing.
Who else?
You
put
know
Sting?
it. Nobody else put Sting. Oh, you said you was gonna explain Sting and
No,
you never got
no,
a chance.
no, we ain't got time
I know
for
he
that.
never got a chance because he
did
didn't
off
make
air.
Y'all
it.
didn't want him
But
on
off the
list,
air,
but
we want to hear what you said about Sting.
So let's
off
catch
wrap
the
it
air.
in the after show.
Let's wrap this bad boy up. Put ourselves over. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at MOTU Podcast. Subscribe, like, comment to the YouTube channel. Josh, any final thoughts?
Like the video. Engage with us. Talk some shit. Dislike the video. I don't care. Do something. Say something. Do you agree? Feel free to disagree.
I disagree.
No, you don't, because this is our definitive list.
As soon as Cash embraces Randy Orton being his favorite wrestler, I will embrace Gangrel being my most.
But you don't want to
underrated
look like
wrestler.
Cash out here, right? You don't want to
He's
look like
looking
Cash.
like a cat.
Oh, you look like Cash.
Cash uses himself as a diss. I love you for that. Coldface, any final thoughts?
Yeah,
Blind
man.
hate.
I want to say, in life, a lot of times we don't get the credit we deserve. And a lot of times people wait, we wait for other people to give us our credit and whatever. And you know what I say to that? Fuck that. We Soldier Boy and shit. If we not getting the credit we deserve, we about to go out here and let everybody know, let every motherfucker know why we get the credit we deserve, what we did, what we put on, and we about to Soldier Boy this shit out life. So, lesson to anybody that feels like they're underrated out there, do what Soldier Boy does. What would Soldier Boy do? That's what I say.
Soulja Boy.
Cash, your final thoughts?
Shout out all the underrated.
Tell a friend to tell a friend that it's them again. Masters of the Universe.
We out.
Yeah, man.